Elon Musk supposedly has a new girlfriend. I'm not going to tell you her name yet. Stick with me, because by the end of this, you'll understand why that's actually the whole point of this story. Musk's private life has become a magnet for speculation again, and in 2026, the conversation has taken another sharp turn. Every new image can quickly become part of a much larger conversation, even when the original information is limited. But before anyone decides who Musk is supposedly dating, there's something you need to know. Not everything circulating online right now is confirmed. And that distinction might be the most interesting part of this entire story. Musk's relationships have drawn intense attention for years. His time with singer Grimes was followed almost as closely as his work running Tesla and SpaceX. Their relationship became a constant subject of public discussion, with fans and media following major developments in both of their lives. But things got a lot more complicated once Siobhan Zillis and Ashley St. Clair entered the picture. Siobhan Zillis is a tech executive who has worked closely with Musk for years, and she's the mother of 4 of his children. Reporting this year has described her as Musk's partner, though the two have mostly kept their relationship away from the spotlight, unlike almost everyone else in Musk's orbit. Their relatively private approach has made it difficult for outsiders to know exactly what their personal relationship looks like beyond what has been publicly reported. Then there's Ashley St. Clair. Her story is a big part of why Musk's love life keeps landing back in the headlines. St. Clair confirmed in 2025 that she'd had a son with Musk. What followed was a very public legal and personal dispute. And in 2026, she started sharing more of her side of it directly, through videos and interviews. As more details entered public discussion, the story became less about a simple celebrity relationship and more about conflicting accounts, personal circumstances, and the question of what should remain private. According to St. Clair, the relationship began after Musk messaged her on X. She's since described how things developed between them and how they changed after she became pregnant. Here's where it stops being a simple celebrity romance story. Because once private relationship details hit the internet, they don't stay private. In May 2026, St. Clair posted a series of videos about her experience with Musk, motherhood, and the fallout between them. They spread fast and pulled Musk's personal life right back into the center of the conversation. What might once have remained a private dispute was suddenly being discussed, analyzed, and debated by huge audiences online. Now, important distinction. Some of what she said has been widely reported. That doesn't make it independently verified fact. There's a real difference between someone made a public claim and that claim has been established as true. And when millions of people are watching, that difference tends to vanish. A statement can be repeated so many times that people eventually stop remembering where it came from in the first place. So, is there actually a confirmed new girlfriend? Based on what's been publicly reported, the answer isn't as clean as the viral headlines make it sound. Some outlets point to Siobhan Zillis as Musk's current partner. Other corners of the internet are speculating about someone else entirely. But speculation isn't confirmation. There's no solid basis for treating every viral claim as a verified new relationship. And this is exactly where the modern celebrity internet stops resembling reality. A photo appears. Someone adds a caption. It gets reposted. A creator turns it into a dramatic headline. Another account adds a theory. And within hours, millions of people are discussing a relationship that was never actually confirmed. The original post may have contained almost no information at all, but by the time it reaches thousands of other accounts, the story can look completely different. Musk is especially exposed to this because his public image already sits at the crossroads of tech, celebrity, AI, and social media, and he owns the platform where much of it plays out. That combination creates an environment where real information, personal opinions, parody, speculation, and fabricated content can all appear side by side. Remember the robot girlfriend story? An image circulated claiming Musk had been photographed with an AI robot girlfriend. It looks strange, but just believable enough to fool people scrolling past without context. To someone seeing it for only a few seconds, the image could easily appear like another bizarre but real celebrity story. It wasn't real. PolitiFact traced the image back to a parody account and confirmed it was AI generated. There was no credible evidence Musk had introduced any kind of robot girlfriend. That example matters because it tells you something the rest of this story depends on. The most believable-looking claim isn't necessarily the most accurate one. And that's becoming increasingly important in an online world where images can be generated without their original context. And here's the part that makes this bigger than a gossip story. Musk owns X. When people talk about him, that conversation spreads through a platform he personally controls. Combine that with millions of followers who are financially incentivized to turn every photo, statement, and rumor into content, and you get a powerful feedback loop. A rumor draws attention. Attention creates more posts. More posts start looking like confirmation, and that apparent confirmation draws even more attention. A question becomes a headline becomes a controversy, and eventually, the controversy can start looking like established fact, even when the original claim was never properly confirmed. That may be exactly what's happening with the latest new girlfriend claims. So instead of asking, who is Elon Musk dating, the better question is, which parts of this can actually be verified? That question matters more here than it would for most people, because Musk's personal life has already produced real, documented developments. His family has grown substantially. His relationships with Grimes, Zillis, and St. Clair have all generated real public interest. And in St. Clair's case, real legal proceedings and real, deeply personal public statements. So the fascination isn't manufactured out of nothing. There's a genuinely complicated story underneath all of this. The problem is that social media blends confirmed information with speculation so quickly that, after enough reposts and commentary, you can barely tell them apart. A verified fact can sit next to an unverified theory, and both can receive the same number of views, likes, and shares. And the more famous someone is, the more valuable the rumor becomes. A shaky relationship post about an ordinary person disappears in a day. The exact same post about Elon Musk can become international entertainment. That difference creates a huge incentive for sensational claims to spread much faster than the fact-checking that's supposed to catch them. We've already seen this happen with AI-generated Musk content specifically. In July 2026, a supposedly candid video of Musk with family members went viral and was fact-checked as AI-generated, built from a real photograph. Sit with that for a second. A real photograph became the raw material for a completely fictional scene. Once technology makes it possible to take something genuine and transform it into something that never happened, the line between celebrity news and synthetic entertainment becomes dangerously thin. Someone can look at a familiar face, a realistic background, and a believable situation and immediately assume they're watching a real moment. But looking real and being real are two completely different things. So next time you see a post claiming Musk has a secret new girlfriend or some dramatic hidden romance, don't react with belief, and don't react with disbelief either. React with curiosity. Where did the claim actually originate? Is there a credible report behind it? Has either person confirmed it? Is the image real? Is the video real? Was the original source identifiable? And most importantly, are multiple independent, reliable sources reporting the same thing? Those questions are a lot less exciting than a dramatic headline, but they're exactly what separates real information from internet mythology. Because the truth about Musk's love life is already complicated enough without adding fiction on top of it. And, mixed in with all of it, plenty of rumors that have never actually been proven. The challenge is recognizing which category you're looking at before drawing conclusions. Maybe the latest viral rumor turns out to be true. Maybe it fades out like 100 rumors before it. Maybe another piece of information appears and changes the entire conversation. But until credible evidence shows up, calling someone a new girlfriend just because the internet decided so is jumping ahead of the facts. And that's why I never gave you a name at the start of this video. Not because I'm holding out on you, but because right now, nobody can actually give you one and be telling you the truth with confidence. Maybe that's the real story here. Not who Elon Musk is or isn't dating, but how easily millions of people can become emotionally invested in a story before anyone has actually confirmed what happened. A rumor can feel real simply because we've seen it repeated enough times. A claim can sound established simply because dozens of accounts are discussing it. But repetition isn't proof, and attention isn't confirmation. That's a lesson that goes far beyond Elon Musk. It applies to almost every major celebrity story appearing online today. The faster information moves, the more important it becomes to slow down before deciding what you believe. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit like, subscribe for more carefully researched stories, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. And tell me in the comments, do you think the latest Musk relationship rumors are based on real evidence, or has social media taken speculation too far again?